Good evening all, very good evening and welcome to day 16 of our AI with NVIDIA masterclass. Good evening all, am I audible? Can you guys see my screen? Can I get more response in chat box? Good evening. Very good evening everyone, good evening and welcome. So, can we start our session? Am I audible? Can you guys see my screen? Can you just confirm? Anyone? Yes. So welcome to day 16. We will be discussing about YOLO for object detection. Okay, how many of you guys know the full form of YOLO model? What is YOLO? So it's a pre-trained model which is very famous, known for a topic which is known as object detection. Okay, so when we go for image, we have object detection, object segmentation, and there is something known as image classification. So whatever we have done earlier is part of image classification, like yes or no, 0 or 1, something more like for example, among 43 classes, what class you belong, that particular traffic sign belong to. Yesterday we have discussed about that brain tumor, whether that is belong to yes or no. So these are classification. There is something known as object detection, especially when you pass an image. You may detect what object it is. Maybe a particular image can have multiple objects, right? So for example, if I just open the camera, I should be able to see my monitor, I should be able to see my keyboard, everything in a single frame. Okay, so here classification won't work. We have to go for object detection method. So we will be detecting a particular object. Maybe for example, if the keyboard is present, okay, in the frame, then it want to match it, right? So it want to identify it as a keyboard, and then at the same time, from the input which I am passing, it also need to find that what is the location of it. Okay, for example, at which place in the image or which pixel it is actually present. So once it has found, it should be give a bounding box to it, like what we have here. So if you have apple in your image, it should give you by detecting and then identifying. So that is object detection. Especially segmentation is a task where you are going to find the object based on each of its pixel and then color it or separate it out, the respective boundary of it, so that you are trying to separate it from the image. So that is segmentation. So these are all the three pillars, and here we will be discussing about the YOLO object detection with the help of OpenCV, and it is again a pre-trained model. The transfer learning concept is what we are going to use. So the main use of this project is to detect the object at any time. Okay, so we can detect within seconds using YOLO with deep learning neural network, and using this we can detect images, we can create output, and you can also pass a video inside to get faster output or interactions. Okay, so YOLO gives better output and taking less speed than others. So like for example, why are we worrying with the image classification for labeling the image and not detecting all things? Okay, so for example, let us introduce a new process here. What happens is the main objective of the experiment is to detect a lot of objects at the same time. Especially when you go for classification, you can't detect multiple things at the same time. You can go for either one or two detection, but when you go for, like for example, something which is similar to this image object detection, the particular frame can have multiple images inside, and the main objective of the experiment is to detect a lot of objects at a time. So we can provide deep learning neural network YOLO. So using this we can detect any type of object using this YOLO, and it gives high speed, high accuracy, stronger and better result. So looking at the object detection, it is one of the best technique for detection of any object, and it is based on OpenCV actually. Okay, so if you look at how this YOLO model has been trained, it is a neural network again, something like similar to classification. The training is simple. Okay, so when they train, what they actually does is they are going to give you the particular sample of your image. So image sample has been given, and in that it is going to also have a particular annotation telling that where the object is present. So in the training data itself, we give some detected object. Along with that, we give the possibility of or the probability of that data. So where among, maybe for example, if you have 100 classes, okay, 100 class of object it can detect. So this object, what type it is? Apple. Okay, so what is the index? So it is going to given high probability. As well as it will also be having another parameters, which is x1, y1 and x2, y2. So what is this x1, y1 and x2, y2? In OpenCV, we know that this x1, y1 and x2, y2 can be used to draw rectangles on over of this particular object, right, which is going to be the particular fruit or a particular object which has been detected. It will be drawn over it, and in such case, okay, so it is better to go in this way. So you will be training with the probability of your answers as well as the bounding box of the object present in that particular image. So when you train over the time, the model, when you give a new particular frame, it will decide based on the probability which is maximum. So if it tries to detect, if the confidence level is high, then it is going to show you that the object has been detected. So when it detects, it also give you the x1, y1 and x2, y2, and that can be used for drawing bounding boxes or rectangle using OpenCV to draw over it. So looking at the workflow, actually it is a pre-trained model. You can download the weight file. Okay, so there is something known as YOLO weights file. For internship users, we will be providing it directly, and for others you can download from the internet, available in GitHub and lot of other open sources. So the weight file, it is a trained model. The core of the algorithm is to detect the objects, and we have a configuration file, CFG file. It is the configuration file where there are all the settings of the algorithm, and then we have a name file. It contains the name of the object that the algorithm can detect. But usually if you take a pre-trained model, it has been trained on multiple data, so you can use it to get a general output. You can detect some common objects, but if you have specific object on your own, you want to customize it, yes, you can do. Still you can use for example, this YOLO model to fine tune on a specific data. You can retrain and use it particularly on any place. So that's how this process will be happening. Clear? So you have to get the weight file, configuration file and name file, and then you can go and use methods such as YOLO method or DNN, or there is known as darknet. These are different ways which finally use YOLO. We will be using darknet in Jetson now. There are other ways as well. So Jetson actually has two variants. One is YOLO has multiple versions, and each version has multiple variants, something like the YOLO original and then the tiny version as well. Because Jetson Nano, we know, again guys listen, when we have Jetson Nano, the infrastructure is very less. Even if you try to make inference, it will be showing you frame by frame, very slow. If you go for YOLO Tiny model, it will be furthermore little bit faster than that. But there are other examples. Let me try to show you guys. If you go with examples, like for example, if you go with models like which are optimized using TensorRT, okay, that content we will be seeing on Saturday, I hope so. If you do that, then that will be running very faster. So that's why we prefer TensorRT. We will be looking into that topic day after tomorrow. So TensorRT is a version of a particular, it is used for converting the model into that particular version, and that can be running or executing a particular model very well. For example, in the GPU and NVIDIA, it can run faster, and that gives you something like 3 times faster results and all. It is very achievable. So general purpose, if you use in your particular system or laptop, you can use YOLO, but there is a particular library known as Ultralytics, which you can install and use directly. It's easy for you to use. Also, you could download the weights and use. Coming for Jetson Nano, you can't go with Ultralytics library because it is supported for Python versions greater than 3.7 according to their documentation. So you can't install in your Jetson which is having 3.6. So if you want to go for Ultralytics, you have to either upgrade your Python version or you can go and check other methods, and other method is what we will be discussing in this particular session. So here what we will be doing is we take input by using the real-time camera, then we will recognize each part. So using process, and then we take the file and we can save it, or we can give live feed, we can give image. All these progress can be done, and we will be doing it now. Okay, so before going into YOLO explanation, let us also see that you can convert this masterclass into 1 month certified internship on NVIDIA with AI. So when you join, you will get all the benefits of internship, which includes 30 days of recorded sessions, 30 days of PPTs, 10 exclusive project codes, a VIP community group for doubts and internship updates, IETE internship confirmation letter, 90 days of LMS course access, assignments and tasks, weekly live sessions, resume building and mock tests, internship and participation certificate. All these things you could get it at a discounted fee at just 999, and the batch 3 ends on 3rd, which is just 2 days is left. Today we are into August month, right? So just 2 days is left for these internship to close. So if you guys are interested, only 2 days are left. You can still join and convert and get all the benefits, and this benefits includes all the day recorded sessions, 30-day PPT. So it includes 30-day content. So from base of machine learning, you will be getting contents, 10 exclusive project codes, VIP community group, IETE internship confirmation letter, 90 days of access to LMS course, assignments and tasks, weekly live sessions, resume building and mock tests, internship and participation certificate. The fee is 999. It's a discounted fee and it's a limited time offer. The batch 3 ends on 3rd, which is this Saturday. Just 2 days is left. Only 2 days is left. If you guys are interested, you could still join and get the benefits. So now we look at explanation about YOLO. Okay, so the full form of YOLO is you only look once. Okay, so the full form of YOLO is you only look once. It's one of the very famous pre-trained algorithm for object detection. It is an effective real-time object recognition algorithm. So the image classification is one of the many exciting applications of CNN, as we know, and it is commonly associated with self-driving cars. This YOLO model is mostly used in self-driving cars, mini bots and all. Bots and all mostly use this. It is commonly associated with self-driving car where systems blend computer vision. Then LiDAR. LiDAR is actually used for getting a map of your surrounding, right? So it can get video input, then use YOLO to detect the lane and then detect object, as well as LiDAR for detecting, and other technologies together to generate a multi-dimensional representation of the road with its participants, okay, which is something like the objects present in the road, something like the persons or all the other supportive things which is present in the road. So it is necessary, right? So then only you can decide what your car should do. So object detection is also commonly used in video surveillance, especially in crowd monitoring to prevent terrorist attack, count people for general statistics, or analyze customer experience with walking paths within shopping centers. You can use it in a lot of ways, and YOLO is customizable, so you can define whatever way you want, you can use in that way. So we will be using, particularly we will be going for downloading this particular content. So for Jetson Nano, it is a different way of doing it. So for particularly, we will be collecting the, there is something known as darknet. I want you guys to go into GitHub darknet and you can download the particular, you can clone that particular repository. For example, first we will connect to the real VNC viewer. Give me some time, guys. I need to just configure the Wi-Fi. Both are in different Wi-Fi. Let me just try to connect them in a same Wi-Fi. Yeah, so it has been connected now. So now if I run, let us check the Wi-Fi 103. Yeah. So I hope my screen is clear, you can see the Jetson. So I'll open a Chromium browser, or else I can do it here itself. Let us open a new tab, darknet YOLO, and there are latest versions. So when you want to look at YOLO, let me show you guys. YOLO Okay, so you only look once, which is the real-time object detection model. So if this particular site, okay, it's for YOLO, you can actually download the particular weights. See here, the YOLO E3 weights, you can just use these commands to download if you want. And I'll be providing for the internship users, you can use this site. And especially you also have this home Ultralytics YOLO, which is a place you have this V8.2 now, it's the latest version. Okay, you can download the app, use in your mobile. V9 training and deployment, you can customize and use. They have been to different level, but when you want to implement these in our Jetson, some things are impossible. We have to go back to older versions, and V3 is a lightweight and initial version which you can use. If you are using in your laptop, for example, if I want to use here now, I can go for pip install Ultralytics, and then you can go and call create a file. You can go to the quick start, and then you can call and like do the basic code. It will be like few lines of command to open. See here, it is just loading the weight and the scratch file, and then just validating, and you can train and then further fine tune to different versions. We will be looking at a model which is very old version, which is called as the V3 version, and you can also go for Darknet GitHub. So Alexi AB is what the particular repository, so we will be cloning anyway for YOLO V3. Okay, so then you have to also install these YOLO support files, which is a configuration file and the weight file. So once you have it, you can come back. Okay, so they have given instruction, which is what we are going to follow, and we are going to compare now the usage. So first we have YOLO model and its tiny version. So let me go into the Jetson, and we will be fine tuning it for object detection, pedestrian detection and all in upcoming class. We will be fine tuning it on day 19, 20 and all. That will be the project on fine tuning this. For now we just use it on its base version. So that's the content for this session. So let us go for the terminal. I have cloned and I have downloaded all these. So if I just open ls, you should be able to see a particular directory in the name of darknet. Okay, so it's in the top. So let me go for change the directory into darknet. So this is the files. It has been available. It is also coming with YOLO V4 version and V3 version. So based on your requirement, you can run and make an inference out of it. So when you make sure that you have this weights file for YOLO V3 and tiny version, which is not available in the initial GitHub clone, you have to download it from other open source. For internship users, we will provide. So once you have cloned and you have all these files, you have to actually do some process. So you can see that there is something known as a make file. Okay, so I have done it. So if you want to install, you can't just clone the GitHub and then run it. Okay, so you have to actually go and make it. So if you just use sudo vim and then pass make file, okay, so you should be able to get a screen which is something like this. Okay, you can go, for example, all these things initially will be at 0. Okay, so I have mandatorily you have to change these things into 1. Okay, so for example, the GPU is available, you are telling that these are available. Okay, so make sure you setting these to 1, and then I'll go for write and quit. Once you have saved it, okay, so you have to actually go and make the file, which means you are updating. So you can go for make. So all the changes will be applied, it will be done, and it will be saved. We need to wait for it. Are we clear till now? Can I get some response in chat box? Let us wait for the make to complete. We can go for demo. Yes, we will be going to it. So once the make has been done, we will be trying and executing and seeing the examples. So in the meantime, you can still convert this masterclass into 1 month certified internship on NVIDIA with AI. So if you join, you will be getting all 30 days of recorded sessions, 30 days of PPT, VIP community group for doubts and internship update, project codes, downloadables, dataset code files, trained model, installation commands, links and all, IETE internship confirmation letter, 90 days of LMS course access, assignments and tasks, weekly live sessions, resume building, mock tests, internship and participation certificates. All these things you could get it at a discounted fee at just 999. The link has been posted in chat box. It's a limited offer. Only 2 days are left. You can still convert and get all the benefits. And batch 3 ends on 3rd. Just 2 days are left. And I hope this is the final batch. I have a doubt regarding we have a 4th batch or not, because when we go for 4th batch, the entire course will be over. Yes, you have to fine tune. The model is able to detect the number of vehicles. Let me speak about it. Especially what you are trying to do here is, if you want to detect the number of vehicles, you have to train for it, or you have to also have a code. Okay, you can limit its prediction only to detect the vehicles, not other objects. For example, you have a CCTV footage which is available, okay, or a video or a camera which is available on top, like we used to see in road and all, right? So in roads or in highways and all, there is a top camera which is available. You got that particular video, okay. So here what you have to do is, the cars or vehicle which is coming at the starting of the frame is not we are interested, okay. So let it come. We have to go and select a region of interest which is somewhat a particular crossing point on that road, so you can crop and get that area. And what you can do is, you can use YOLO and Python code for actually whatever object has been detected, you can get that as input, and then you can have a count variable to count. And you can also use your text cv2.text to update how many vehicles have been counted. So it is a way which you can do, and you can see that the make has been completed, right? So now what we are going to do next is, we will be proceeding further on a task which is going to be we have made, right? So let us we are inside this. So we are going to run a file which is going to be darknet, okay, detector test. Okay, so first we are testing configuration coco.data, then configuration YOLO v3.cfg. So after this we also need to add YOLO v3.wait, which is in the current directory. So YOLO v3.waits. Then we want to do it on an external output, so I am going to do it on an image which I have, okay. So it's in some other folder, I have to take it, and then the directory of the folder is going to be inside home, inside master class, inside that image .jpg. I think it is not detecting the image anyway. So as you can see now it has started running. I think there is some mistake in the directory of the image. We'll check it. Let it run in the meantime. So this is how it will begin. We are doing it not on camera now. We are doing it on a image which is already available. Okay, so inside home, inside master class, I have this image.jpg. So it should be able to run. If it detected the path is correct, then it will open the image and show us what the inference has been from it. So first it is kickstarting by loading its layers and all, the model booting up. Okay, so I think there is a window open, right? Predictions. I think the photo is not, the path is not somewhat clearer. I think I can just get the properties. Okay, it is home, then pantech, then master class. I missed the path actually. So let us give the path again correctly. Okay, so this is not the path, so you can just remove and then I'll paste this. So let us run it. And it should be able to open the image. So for videos it is you can search in YouTube and other for especially mention, and it says like training for object detection or traffic sign recognition and all. If you search, you should be able to get a lot of video for training the data or for your inference as well. It's a bit tedious task actually. Okay, again I think I made another mistake, guys, really sorry, which is something like I haven't given the name of the file, which is image.jpg. Now it should work properly. Really sorry for that. As you can see now, the prediction has been made. I don't know whether you guys can see it. Okay, it has been closed. As you can see, it has predicted it as Apple 93%. Anyway, this is boring, right? Can we do it in a video live feed? So for that we have to actually change this entire thing. You don't need to give an external output. You are doing it in a camera on 0. Also, this is not test, it is a demo. So you can change this. This is a command for that repository. So running this would be able to open your camera, which is your webcam. If it is detected, then you can actually work with it. So you have to connect your USB camera and you can use this command to run. And I have some samples with me. Let me try to get the video. It will run very slowly because it's a larger version of YOLO V3, unoptimized for utilizing this GPU for faster inference. So it will just do very basic stuff. It's very much slow, and I think even in my original monitor it will be very slow. When it comes to the VNC viewer, it will be furthermore frame by frame. The FPS is not even actually, it is going to be 1 FPS, it will be 0.9 and all, 0.3. So that's the average FPS. It has been like, let us wait for it to run. It is actually stucking and it will be difficult for it to work. I'll just show this keyboard and let it make an inference. Okay, as you can see, it is detecting the monitor, but it should be able to show us the screen. Okay, it's detecting the table, but we should be able to get the particular laptop is detected. Okay, but still we need to get a video. As it is too much slow, it can't even load the particular frame. Okay, so it's a huge version, it may be struggling. Also, there are other ways to do it. Okay, so let me cut it off. Earlier I got the inference, the video was running, now it's struggling. So anyway, we'll just reduce its complexity to give it on an empty space, try to run it again one last time. Otherwise, we'll run the tiny version that should be able to open and show us some inference. Yes, you can to do real-time traffic inference with YOLO, with Jetson, Nano separately or individually as well. YOLO can be used for traffic sign analysis. You can look at samples. If possible, we will also include in the upcoming days content over it. We are planning to make something which is related to self-driving car. So it should open and show us the video feed. Anyway, I think we can run the tiny version. So for tiny version, you have to also download the tiny weight. Okay, -tiny. And you have to also change the configurations name. For example, YOLO v3 tiny.config. And now running this should be able to load the tiny version, and here we can actually make inference and see because it's a lightweight. Okay, so you can view and see. Okay, could not open. Okay, the thing is a space should be given here. Okay, so this is the live feed, and let me show it on some objects. Okay, so the pencil has been detected at toothbrush. Okay, the reason is it is a lightweight model, the accuracy may not be that much great. Anyway, if you look at the monitor, you should be able to be detected as either a computer or a monitor. No predictions. Yeah, it is predicting it's a TV monitor, and then this should be predicted as a laptop now. Okay. And if you focus, you should be also able to get a keyboard. Can you see? I'm doing it in my live feed. Okay, does it able to detect a mic actually? Okay, no, but anyway. And some of these objects has been detected. It's not relating to pencil actually, it's going for toothbrush. Actually it is faster here, okay, not to that extent, but it should be able to give you some good FPS compared to your normal YOLO v3. This is tiny version, the average FPS is 1.5. Earlier it was 0.3. Okay, so these are all the detected objects, and let me cut it off. So this can also be optimized for further modeling. Okay, this is how YOLO works. It detects objects, as you can see. You can use it the original YOLO version, or you can use other, like for example v3, v4 versions and all can also be used. Okay, let us try to use one more thing. Haven't done earlier. Let me do it in live. If it's working, we can be successful regarding it. So I think there should be some YOLO v4 version available in this directory. We have a YOLO v4 tiny version. Do it like based on its version, the performance will also get updated, right? You can also customize the training actually. So couldn't see. YOLO v4, yeah, the tiny model weight hasn't been downloaded. Also the read file I have to download, so you won't be able to get it here. Fine. So apart from these, there is also another method. For example, I am telling you that if you go for other versions like the TensorRT, it will be faster, which I am telling, right? I am claiming to be. So let me just change the directory and let me show you a demo. there are other models which is going to give you faster inference. I'll just turn it into CD TensorRT demos, and I think I have a command which I have ran earlier. Let me find it. Yeah, here it is. It is one of the faster version, which is a Google Net model, which has been customized with TensorRT as well. Now you can see how faster the inference and the prediction. Maybe prediction may not be accurate, but it will be really faster. So you can use it on Jetson for inference. And again, okay, so now it is able to give smoothly, and the FPS is somewhat great. Okay, so it is predicting, and the predictions are given on the top. And using really VNC viewer, the problem is that's why you are getting frame by frame. It is actually coming very smoothly here, like as I open a camera and see, okay, and the predictions are also faster. So that's how it works. So it is predicting monitor, can predict a pencil, screwdriver, fountain pen. It is somewhat nearer. Maybe can you detect a hand? Okay, so it is not able to detect. Fine. Can it detect a speaker or a mouse? Sorry, it's a voice recorder. Mic. Fine. So these are all some of the predictions it is making, and it's pretty much faster compared with other models. That's how TensorRT works. Okay. So these are all the predictions which is going on in real time. You can see how faster it is. Whatever you are seeing due to the lag in the Wi-Fi, you are getting it a little bit frame by frame, but it was somewhat greater here. This is full screen version as well. Yeah, so that's how we got it. So this is how we optimize and use. So this is just a demo of YOLO and its power. Okay, so you can perform something like object detection. Instead of classification alone, you can go one step ahead and detect the object in the frame. So with this, okay, the next session we will be discussing a topic which is called as image segmentation, because we have seen the classification, detection, we will be also seeing segmentation. Once the segmentation is done, next step we learn about how to convert model from your PyTorch or TensorFlow into TensorRT version, which can run like this faster. Then we will learn how to train YOLO for object detection, which is specific for road. Then for pedestrian detection we do a project. Then finally we will be integrating in a bot which will automatically detect and run. So that's the entire target we are having in this course. We will be doing and completing it successfully. So that's it guys. Do you guys have any queries? And in the meantime, just 2 days is left. You can get all these exciting projects, data sets, code files, downloadables. You can convert this masterclass into 1 month certified internship on NVIDIA with AI. So all 30-day recorded sessions, 30 days of PPT, exclusive project codes, VIP community group for doubts and internship updates. They have their own, you can do it for, like, they have their own advantage. You can go for either one based on your task at hand. Okay, YOLO or SSD. So you can get all these benefits at just 999, and the link is posted in chat box. Batch 3 ends on 3rd, which is just 2 days are left for this offer to close. If you guys are interested, you can still join and get the benefit. SSD can be compared for lightweight and faster inference. YOLO is also preferred for its power and accurate performance. So that's it for today guys. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. We'll see you in next session on object segmentation with a unit model, which is pre-trained model. We'll be looking at it. So that's it for this session. Thank you.